All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to yoga. So glad that you're here. We're going to go ahead and get started by sitting comfortably and getting centered. So please do that. I'm sitting on a couple of folded blankets. You could sit just on the ground. You could have your legs extended forward if you'd like to. Heck, you could even lay down if you wanted to. Just a nice, comfortable position. We'll be here for a couple of minutes. Good. And as you do so, if you're seated, go ahead and shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Take them behind you, and then relax the shoulder blades down the back, feeling the crown of your head lift toward the ceiling. Good. And then tune into your breath as your body settles down, aware of the inhale, aware of the exhale. And then become particularly aware of the feeling of your breath at the back of your throat. And with your exhale, I'd like you to softly constrict the back of your throat to make a hissing or ocean type sound with your exhale. It's kind of like a soft snore. Soft, audible exhale. That soft sound on exhale. This breath is sometimes called the breath of victory, and not over anything external, really, but victory over the restless movements of your mind. The mind being attracted to sound, movement, and sensation. This breath provides those three awarenesses. So we'll continue for a little bit longer. Audible exhale. Couple more rounds. And as you complete this next audible exhale, relax the technique and just feel how you feel in your mind and body. Might feel a bit quieter than it did a few minutes ago, calmer than it did a few minutes ago. And when you're ready, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms to your heart, lower the chin, and honor yourself as you are in this moment body, breath, energy, mind. And it's from this place within you that we'll practice tonight. Go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. And take those warm palms over your eyes, brushing over the top of your head and down your neck. Welcome yourself back to the space around you. And we're going to get started on our backs tonight. So go ahead and move any props you have off to the sides and come to lay down. Good. Now take your time getting onto your back, but once you get there, just go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. And just spend a few breaths, knees to chest, feeling your back body pressing against the floor. And you might just naturally want to rock from side to side on the spine, just massaging those muscles along the spinal column into the ground. And breathe. And while I know that some of us could just do this forever, we are going to move along. So go ahead and bring the knees into stillness. Keep your right knee drawn into your chest. Extend your left leg all the way down to the floor. Good. Now, with the right knee drawn into the chest, just feel this gentle stretch in your hip here for a moment. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. And then change your grip. Bring your hands interlaced behind your thigh, the right thigh. And then inhale, extend your right leg toward the ceiling, pull the toes back, reaching through the heel. And then exhale, bring that right knee back into your chest. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, extend the right leg toward the ceiling. And exhale, bring it back in. And let's just continue this a few more rounds on your own, creating length in the back of your right leg and bringing a little bit of mobility to the hip here. Inhale, extending, exhale, bending. Good. Now take your time getting there, but as you extend the right leg this time, go ahead and just stay. Feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Pull the toes back, reach through the heel. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. And then go ahead and exhale, bend the right knee into the chest and extend the leg down to the floor. And notice the difference between the two sides. I mean, just from me doing that just now, I can just feel way more circulation and relief in the right leg versus the left. Let's go ahead and balance it out then too. Go ahead and just bring your left knee into your chest to start, just holding it there, feeling that gentle stretch in the hip as you do so. Good. And then once again, change your grip to behind your thigh, interlacing the fingers. And we'll do this dynamic movement to lengthen the back of the leg. So inhale, extend the left leg toward the ceiling, pull the toes back or reach through the heel, and then exhale, bend the knee back into your chest. Inhale, extend, and exhale, bend. Keep going. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's do a couple more, all right? On your breath. Good. And take your time getting there, but go ahead and extend the left leg this time. Leave it extended and reach through the heel, pull the toes back, and feel the length in the back of the leg. Good. One more breath here. And then exhale, bend the left knee into your chest, and then extend the leg down to the floor and feel the relief on that side of the body. Good. We're going to come back to the first side now. So please go ahead and bring your right knee back into your chest and hold behind the thigh, extending the leg toward the ceiling. Good. Now keep holding on to that leg. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, curl your chin in toward your throat. Lift your shoulders off the ground. Bring your forehead in the direction of your right knee. Now stay up for the inhale. And then exhale, release the head and shoulders back down. Keep holding on to the leg. Stay down for the inhale. Good. With your exhale again, curl the chin in toward the throat. Bring your forehead up toward the knee, shoulders lift. And then exhale, release the head and shoulders back down. Stay down for the inhale. We're going to come up and stay for a little bit longer this time. With your next exhale, curl the chin in toward the throat. Come on up. And staying for 3 breaths. The core is engaged here to keep you lifted. Deep breath in. And exhale, slowly lower the shoulders and head back down. Then draw the knee into the chest. And then extend the leg down to the floor. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. Bring the left knee back in. Hold behind the thigh. Good. Extend the leg toward the ceiling. Good. Deep breath in. And exhale, curl the chin in toward the throat. Bring your forehead up toward the knee. Shoulders lift. Stay up for the inhale. And exhale, release the shoulders and head down. Keep holding on to the leg. With your next exhale again, curl the chin in toward the throat. Bring your forehead up toward the knee in the direction of the knee. Stay up for the inhale. And exhale, release back down. This time we're going to hold for 3 breaths. When you're ready, curl the chin in toward the throat. Bring your forehead up in the direction of the knee and stay and breathe. Feel the core engaged here. Deep breath in. And then exhale, release the shoulders and head down and bring the knee into the chest. Release the leg down to the floor. Good. All right. So a little bit more work for the lower back and for your core here. So I'm going to ask you to bring both knees into your chest now. Good. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, curl your chin in toward your throat, forehead up toward the knees. Shoulders lift and stay up. And with your right knee drawn in, extend your left leg forward and then switch, and then switch, and then switch, and then switch, switch, switch. Keep going. Try to keep the shoulders lifting, core is engaged. You're breathing. 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Good. Good job with that. So when you're ready, you can bring your feet flat to the floor, heels stacking underneath your knees about hip width apart, prepping for bridge pose. Your arms coming to rest down by your sides. Now with your next inhale, please lift your fingertips toward the ceiling and then all the way overhead, knuckles on the floor above you. And then exhale, reach back up toward the ceiling and bring your arms back down to your sides. Okay, let's do that again. Inhale, arms lifting up and then over. Then exhale, release the arms up and back down. One more time with just the arms lifting up and over. And exhale, reaching up and down. Keep moving the arms. Inhale, lift the hips into the air as well, pressing your pelvis toward the ceiling. And then exhale, release your arms and hips back down. Good. Inhale, arms and hips lift. And exhale, arms and hips lower. Just keep moving on your breath, please. Lifting up and lowering down. Inhale and exhale. Bringing some mobility to your spine, your shoulders, helping to reverse the act of sitting, creating length in the front body as you press the pelvis forward and up. creating some strength for your lower back here as well. And stabilizing some muscles down into your pelvis. Let's do 3 more. And take your time getting there, but as you lift into bridge pose this time, please stay. Arms all the way overhead, hips pressing toward the ceiling, your breastbone, the sternum, bowing toward your chin. Relax your throat, relax the muscles of the face. Keep pressing the hips up and keep breathing. Three, two, inhale, press up to your highest point. And then slowly exhale, lower the arms and the hips back down to the floor. Beautiful. Feel sensation for a moment. Good. And then doing some more work here on our backs. Go ahead and hug the knees into the chest again. And take the arms out to the side, making a T shape with your body, or doing cactus arms if you don't have that much space. The knees are drawn in. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, drop your knees to your right side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop your knees to your left side. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, knees to the right. Inhale back. Exhale left. Inhale back and keep going. Exhaling to a side. Inhaling back to center. And if you'd like to get the neck involved, you can turn the chin the opposite direction the knees go. And as you move from side to side, try to keep your shoulders grounded to the floor the entire time. A couple more times, warming up the core a bit more here, and also creating some rotation in your spine. And the next time that your knees come back to center from the left side, go ahead and hug them in again. Take an adjusting breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, go ahead and release your legs down to the floor. And you can keep your body in the same orientation it's in right now. I'm just going to ask you to roll over onto your belly. Just flipping on over. There we go. And once you come onto your abdomen, go ahead and bend your elbows. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Good. And the elbows are squeezing in towards your sides a little bit here as we practice locust pose. So feel your pelvis grounding into the floor. With your next inhale, roll the shoulders down the back, lift the head, chest, and your legs off the ground, locust pose. And then exhale, release down. Again, inhale, lift the head, chest, and legs, locust. And exhale, release down, locust pose. And release. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to hold this last round. So when you're ready, lift the head, chest, and legs. And stay. Again, squeeze the elbows in towards your sides. Inner thighs are lifting behind you. The heart is looking forward. And you're breathing, hopefully. Deep breath in. And exhale, release down with control. You can turn the head to the side if you'd like to for a moment. Good, and then bring the head to center. Curl the toes under, pressing the floor forward. Push yourself up to hands and knees. Toes still curled under, lift yourself into downward facing dog. Maybe walk the feet forward a few inches once you get there. Beautiful. We made it to down dog. Go ahead and walk it out a bit. Press the heel to the floor, bend the opposite knee. A little bit more length for those legs. And also feeling length in your spine. So you want to feel the hip bones reaching toward the ceiling behind you, really extending the spine, the muscles along the spine. Good. With your next inhale, come down onto hands and knees, release the feet, and then go ahead and sink back into child's pose, seat to the heels, forehead toward the floor, and relax here for a moment. Feeling a gentle stretch in the back body. Good, and then with your next inhale, come back up to hands and knees. Curl the toes under, lift the hips into the air, downward facing dog again. And in down dog, we'll do something really quickly for the neck. So keep your body in down dog, hips reaching toward the sky behind you, flattening out your back. The knees can be a little bit bent here. So keeping the entire body in down dog. Inhale, look forward at your thumbs. And with your exhale, tuck the chin and look toward your navel. Then inhale, look forward towards your thumbs. And exhale, look toward your navel. And just do that a few more times. Looking forward, inhale, and exhale, tucking the chin. It's helping to both stretch and strengthen the muscles along the neck. One more time. Good. And then from here, walk your hands back to meet your feet, coming into the standing forward fold. Now the knees are gently bent here, just a little bit, and just drape the body over the thighs. Your arms hanging heavy toward the floor. Good. Now from here, bend your knees just a little bit more and begin to roll yourself up a single vertebrae at a time, slowly stacking the spine and lifting the head at the last moment. Good. Welcome to standing. All right, so we're going to do some arm swings next. Just as a reminder, this is the three-part inhale through the nose with one powerful exhale out of your mouth with the movement. And the movement looks like this. You'll have your feet about hip width apart. It'll be inhale, arms up, inhale, arms back, inhale, arms up, and then exhale, bend the elbows and just jab the elbows back. So it's inhale, 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 and exhale. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth. And we'll go for about 2 minutes. So find a pace you can maintain, which might be faster or slower than what I'm doing. Okay. So bring your feet about hip width apart. And when you're ready, inhale up, inhale back, inhale up, exhale, jab. Inhale, 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 exhale. Inhaling through the nose, exhale powerfully out of the mouth. Clear the respiratory system. The navel pulling into the body and up. And feel the full rotation of your shoulder joints here as well. Up, back, up, and jab. Up, back, up, and jab. Inhale, 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 exhale. Again, finding a pace that you can maintain, because again, we're going for a full 2 minutes. And you got about 1 minute left. Thirty more seconds. I know it's a long 2 minutes. If you ever want time to slow down, do one of these. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, last one, and release. Whew. Feel sensation as you let go. That tingling in the arms and the hands, that cooling in the nostrils, that energy at the belly and chest, maybe your throat, maybe the nostrils, maybe none of that, maybe all of it. Notice your breath rate, your heart rate. And sometimes with that exercise, you might feel a slight elevation in your mood. That breath rhythm is called the breath of joy. And so it helps to create a little bit of lightness in the heart, some good touchy feelies. All right, next exercise. I'm gonna ask you to take your feet about shoulder width apart, or if you're standing forward on your mat, it'd be about mat width apart, okay? Still the same length or distance, just depends on where you're standing. And then go ahead and lift your left arm into the air. With your right hand, reach up and grab the wrist and traction that arm straight up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And then keep that length on the left side of your body and just gently tilt to the right. And don't collapse here. You want to keep extending up and out of the hip. And breathe. Good. Then come back up. Go ahead and release the arms down for a moment. Feel sensation, especially on that left side. And then we'll do side number 2. So lifting your right arm into the sky, reaching up, big length on the right side. With your left hand, grab the wrist and pull toward the ceiling first. Good. And then keeping that length, just tilt gently to the left. And breathe. And breathe. Good. Come back up and release the arms again. Feel sensation. Good. Now for our next exercise, I'm going to ask you to take a wide stance on your yoga mat. Good. And then turn your toes out to the sides about 45 degrees. Good. We'll start with the hands on the hips here, all right? Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend your knees out toward the toes, dropping down into a goddess squat. And then inhale, straighten the legs, and exhale, sink back in. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, sink in. Let's do this a few more times. You can keep your hands on your hips if you'd like to, or you can extend the arms straight toward the ceiling. You could also do cactus arms if you want to, okay? Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sinking in. Good. One more time. And you guessed it, we're going to hold. So go ahead and sink into Gadas. Knees again going out toward the toes. Hands on hips, cactus or straight up. The heart is lifting and we're breathing, hopefully. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach up, and exhale, release the arms on down. Beautiful work. So we're going to move into a sun salutation next. So go ahead and step to the top of your mat, whichever direction that is for you. Good. And I call this flow we're about to do going around the world. And so at different points in the practice, you may be facing forward on your mat and you may be facing backwards on your mat. And it's one of my favorite ones to do to help people just see all perspectives clearly because we're going to be interacting with our mat and maybe even our space in a way that we're not used to doing usually. So pay attention specifically to lefts and rights and when I'm asking you to move legs around and stuff. And if you mess up, it's okay. It's okay. You messed up. Good. And we'll play around with some lunges and we'll bring in that goddess pose again. All right. So we'll go slowly at first and then we'll see how it's going. We might pick up the pace after a while. We'll see. So bringing the palms to your heart, find your breath. And moving from this calmer present state with your inhale, sweep your arms down, back, and up. And with your exhale, hinge at your hips, swan dive down. Press palms to shins, come halfway up, chest parallel to the floor. And then exhale, release down and take your right foot way back. Bring the right knee down to the ground and lift the arms up into a crescent lunge. Good. Now exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. Curl the back toes under. And here's where things are going to get a little bit trippy, okay? You're going to do a quarter turn to your right, and I'm not even facing you, and straighten both legs, coming into a wide leg forward fold, okay? Now with the legs wide, toes pointing directly forward, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up to standing, wide legs. With the arms overhead, I'm going to ask you to turn your toes out to the sides about 45 degrees. And then with your exhale, go ahead and sink down into goddess pose. Great. Inhale, straighten the legs. Turn the feet parallel, point the toes directly forward, and then exhale, fold down over the legs again. This will all become more natural, I promise. Inhale halfway up, and then turn your right foot toward the back of your mat and bring your left knee down to the ground, prepping for a lunge. So the right foot is forward, the left knee is behind you. Inhale, come up for the lunge. Good. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor, curl the back toes under, and step back to downward facing dog. Good. From down dog, come down onto hands and knees. Exhale, bend your elbows in towards your waist. Bring the heart down to the floor and release the hips to the ground. Hands are under the shoulders, elbows bending and squeezing in. Ground your pelvis. Inhale, come into locust pose. Head, chest, and legs lift. Good. Exhale, release down. Curl the toes under, push up to hands and knees, and back into downward facing dog. Good. So you should be facing or looking at the back of your mat at this point or pointing in the wrong direction, and that's okay. We're going to keep moving. Lifting your left leg into the air. With your exhale, swing or carry step the left foot between the hands. Now, if it doesn't make it, just reach down with the same hand ankle and step it through, help it forward. And then bring the right knee down to the ground. Inhale, crescent lunge, reaching up. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Curl the right toes under. We're going to do another wide turn. So turning to the right, feet are parallel to start, folding over wide legs. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up to wide leg standing. Turn the toes out 45 degrees, and then exhale, sink into goddess pose. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten the legs. Turn the toes forward. Exhale, fold down over the wide legs. Coming halfway up, inhale. And then turn your right foot toward the front of your mat. Bring the left knee to the ground. Good. Inhale, crescent lunge. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Step the left foot forward, coming into the standing forward fold. Palms to shins, halfway up here. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up standing. And palms to your heart. So at this point, you should be pointing at the top of your mat, the normal head of your mat. If you're not, just turn around and get back to that point. And so we went all the way around the world on your mat. Now we got to go back the other way. Okay. So again, pay attention to lefts and rights. You kind of get the flow now. We do some lunges, then goddess pose, and kind of repeat that a couple times. So when you're ready, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Palms to shins, halfway up. And exhale, fold. This time, step your left foot back. Bring the left knee to the ground. Crescent lunge, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to the floor. Curl the left toes under. Do a quarter turn to the left. Toes pointing directly forward, coming into a wide leg forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides. Come all the way up, arms reaching overhead. Turn the toes out 45 degrees, and then exhale, sink into goddess pose. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. Turn the toes forward. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Good. Halfway up, inhale. Turn the left foot toward the back of your mat. Bring your right knee to the floor. Crescent lunge. And exhale, hands down. Go ahead and step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, bring the chest to the floor and release the hips back. Pelvis grounding, lift the head, chest, and your legs. Locust pose. And then exhale, release down. Curling the toes under, push up. And back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. In down dog, lift your right leg into the air. And step the foot all the way forward, help it through. Then bring the left knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down. Good, we're gonna do another quarter turn. Curl the left toes under, lift the knee. Go ahead and turn to the left. Toes pointing directly forward, wide leg forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, coming up to standing. Turn the toes out 45 degrees. Exhale, sink into goddess pose. Inhale, straighten the legs. Turn the toes forward again. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Turn the left foot toward the top of your mat. Bring the right knee to the floor. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down and step the right foot forward. Beautiful. Halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. And palms to the heart. Good. Yay, this is fun. So we're gonna do one more rotation, one more time around the world on our mat, and we're gonna spend a bit more time in each posture, okay? So I'm actually gonna start on this side of my mat. You can start wherever you want. Because we're gonna be holding, I wanna be facing you when we get to certain points. So when you are ready, go ahead and sweep your arms down, back and up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Press palms to shins halfway up. And exhale, release. Go ahead and step your right foot way back. Bring the right knee to the floor. And then inhale, lift the arms up for the crescent lunge and stay for 3 breaths, turning the chest toward the ceiling. Deep breath in. And exhale, bring the hands down. Good. Curl the right toes under, lift the knee, and do a quarter turn to your right. Toes pointing forward, fold for a moment. And then inhale, sweep the arms out to the side to lift up. Arms overhead. Go ahead and turn the toes out 45. And let's sink down into goddess pose. Now we're going to hang out here for a bit. And so you can bring your arms into any of the earlier positions, either straight up, cactus, or even hands on your hips. Good. So I want to play around with something here if you want to. You don't have to. But if you want to, feel what it feels like if you were to pick up your right heel. Notice how there's some activation all the way up through the leg into your groin. Go ahead and bring the right heel down. What happens if you pick up your left heel? Same activation. Good. Bring the left heel down. What happens if you pick up both heels? It might work, it might not work. Good. If your heels are lifted, bring them down, and then collectively we'll all straighten the legs, reaching up. Turn the toes to point directly forward. Exhale, fold down over them. Good. Take a break here for just a breath or so. And then inhale halfway up. Turn your right foot toward the back of your mat. Bring the left knee to the ground. Crescent lunge. And again, staying for 3 breaths. Feel the hips sinking down and forward, the arms reaching up and back, and the heart turning toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring your hands to the floor, downward facing dog, stepping back. Inhale, float down onto hands and knees. Exhale, bring the heart to the floor, release the hips. Prepping for locust pose, hands underneath the shoulders. When you're ready, lift the head, chest, and the legs, and we'll stay for 5 breaths. Shoulders squeezing together and down the back, elbows squeezing into your sides. Heart is looking forward. Inner thighs lifting behind you. You're breathing. Inhale to your highest point. And don't collapse. Exhale, slowly lower down. And take a couple breaths. Good. Curling the toes under. Push up and back into downward facing dog. Staying for just a couple breaths. Good. And downward facing dog, lift your left leg into the air. Exhale, step the left foot between the hands, help it through. Back knee to the ground, coming up for your crescent lunge. And again, just 3 breaths here, heart turning toward the sky. And exhale, bring the hands down. Curl the right toes under, pick up the knee and do a quarter turn to your right. Wide leg forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up. Good. Turn the toes out 45 degrees and again, sink into goddess pose. Good. Now I turned around on my mat, so I was facing you for this. Normally I'd be facing the other way. So it feels weird, that's why. Good. Hands come into whatever position you'd like to. And again, if you want to try around with like the little balancing thing we do here, you can try picking up the right heel. You can try picking up the left heel. And you might try picking up both heels or not. Just hang out. Good. Now, if your heels are lifted, go ahead and bring them down. Then we'll all straighten the legs, reach up, turn the feet parallel, toes pointing directly forward, and fold down over the legs. Good. Again, hang out here for just a breath or two. And then lift up halfway. Turn your right foot toward the top of your mat. Bring the left knee down to the ground. Last one, crescent lunge. 3 breaths. Come on up. Deep breath in. And then exhale, hands to the floor. Step forward, standing forward fold. Press palms to shins, extend your spine forward, chest parallel to the floor. And then exhale, folding down and hang on out here. Release the head, the neck, the arms, the shoulders. The knees are bending slightly. Good. One more time, press palms to shins, come halfway up. And exhale, release down. Sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up, inhale. And palms to your heart. Feeling whatever it is you're feeling. Good. So that was our little trip around the world with 3 times. The last time was a little bit slower, but it's a fun one to do. It kind of trips up the mind a little bit, helps you to start thinking in different ways and finding new patterns in the flows that we do. So I might bring that back at some point in the future, but I won't tell you when until we get there. So we're going to start to bring our energy back down to the floor. A couple more exercises and then a nice little rest here. So from wherever you're at, just go ahead and fold forward and step back to downward facing dog. Now, after the work we've done, it might feel good just to hang out in down dog for a moment or two. And you can stay a little bit longer, but when that moment is over, you can float down onto hands and knees and relax back into child's pose. Good. Go ahead and come on up with your next breath. And as I mentioned, we have a couple more postures to do, but we'll do them on our backs. So go ahead and flip back over. Coming to lay down might feel different than when you first laid down earlier. Whether that's good or bad or not is not what we're trying to figure out right now. So bring the feet flat to the floor, heels underneath your knees, and your arms can stay down by your sides this time. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and pick up the hips, press into bridge pose, and stay. We'll hang out here for about 5 breaths. Deep breath in, and exhale, release your hips down to the floor slowly. Drawing your knees into your chest. Take the arms out to the sides again. Deep breath in. And exhale, drop your knees to your right. And feel your left shoulder anchor behind you, the arm as well. And if it feels comfortable, you can turn the chin to the left. Good. With your next inhale, bring the knees back to center. And then when you're ready, take them to the other side, knees dropping to the left. And feel your right shoulder anchor, your right arm as well. And you might even turn the chin to the right. And then with your next inhale, carefully unwind and hug your knees in, ending right where we started, knees to chest. And just like at the beginning, it might feel good just to hold the knees still. It might feel good gently rock on the spine. You pick. And when you feel complete here, go ahead and extend your legs down to the floor and come into a comfortable position, resting here on your back. And it might be a little chillier than normal in your space, so it's okay if you want to cover up with a blanket if you have one handy. Make yourself comfortable. We'll be here for about 5 minutes or so. And once you get settled, go ahead and make any additional movements to make yourself 10 to 15% more comfortable. And then feel the points of contact your body makes with the floor. And feel supported through those points, like the earth is holding you. And just relax a bit deeper into that support, knowing that you're being held in this moment and that there's nothing that you need to do. Relax the effort, relax your trying. And for the next few minutes, just be. peace, peace, peace. Please begin to take a deeper, fuller breath and make some gentle movements in your hands and feet, your arms and legs. Slowly bringing your body and awareness back to the space around you. And rolling to your right side. And coming on up to a seat. And once you've made it to a seat, go ahead and bring your palms to your heart and lower your chin. And just honor yourself for the work you've done here tonight, feeling gratitude for all the effort that you put forth. And may all of that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.